What is going on, everybody? My name is Conor Lawler. Welcome back to a week of Weird News Wednesdays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the strangest news stories from around the world. We talk about news that the real news is just too afraid to talk about. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Shaun. Me and Shaun, how is it going?
I'm okay, Conor. I don't know if people heard in the intro there, but I just cracked the absolute living daylights out of my ankle. It made a sound. It made two cracks, which worries me.
The first one, relief. Second one, we got some problems.
Absolutely. Quite frankly, I'm sitting cross-legged in the chair at the minute.
In my head, your foot's facing the opposite direction to the rest of you.
It's full on just pointing towards my back wall.
You're a true professional. You just keep going.
Just keep committing to the bit, really, is what I do.
Look, we all hold our hands up to say maybe you are the best of us, but also your legs are very weak.
No, the legs are fine. It's the ankles are the issue.
Also, your kneecap is fucked.
One of the kneecaps is fucked. Yeah. I'm not great on the old joint front. But do you remember when we used to record in person, you used to get mad at me? Because I would continually untie my shoe during the recording. So,
by the way, if this is your first episode, we do normally have a structure. We don't just normally break into just random
This is part
chats.
of the structure now.
I suppose the structure is now just general anecdotes. It is true that Shaun was one of the worst people to record in person with, because he would continuously yawn, lean back, and then tie and untie his own shoelace, the same shoelace, repeatedly as he talked. It didn't make any sense.
But okay, the yawning thing, to be fair, I used to often have to get up quite early to get a train to your house.
Yeah, but at the same time, just grow up. I'm just built different. I don't yawn.
I'm sorry, I should have had the multiple coffee and Barocca that you handed me.
Yeah, exactly. Shaun, this is weird news. What do we do here?
You have spent the week gathering all of the weirdest news stories from around the world. You are about to read all of those stories out to me, a man who has been too busy planning replacement limb surgery to look at any weird news.
Where would you start?
I think the knee probably is the biggest.
The brain. Yeah.
The fucking personality. I don't know.
If I could just change me, then I could start on the knees.
Just everything about myself.
I'm not even going to interrupt.
No, please. No, just let me run. Just let me dig this own hole for myself.
Anybody else would be like, no, bud. No.
He's heard it all before. He's numb.
Shaun, we're starting off with this week with a story that was sent in to us on Twitter by one of our patrons, Mr. Waffles.
Waffles, thank you very much.
Still, I love it when you guys send all in stories, which happens every single week, and sometimes I feel bad because we can't get to them because we run out of time. But this week we're starting because sometimes a headline catches me, and it caught Waffles' eye, and that's why he sent it on, because I have menacing wild turkeys led by Kevin the turkey are taking a New England city for themselves.
See, this has all the hallmarks of a weird news story. Because it's a weird threat attacking a city, but there's a character at the centre, and it's Kevin the Turkey King.
A flock of feathered hooligans has been intimidating residents of Massachusetts, and their leader is one especially tough turkey, Kevin.
It's not the toughest name, though, is it, for a turkey?
But I feel like that adds another level of mystery to it, because I feel like if you're like a massive dude but you don't got a tough name, I think it adds another level of fuck, he's extra dangerous. Because
if you don't have a tough name like Shaun or Conor,
he's not called Max Power, he's called Shaun, like a little shitty name.
Hang on, how's he spelling Shaun? That's important to me.
$sign EEEN.
Oh wow, that almost seems like It wouldn't work as a name.
It wouldn't, but I suppose if you can't read or spell. The 5 wild birds spend a lot of time in particular on the lawn of a woman named Megan Tulson, according to a new report from The Guardian, appropriately published on Thanksgiving. So, Shaun, this might be a strike back, maybe a bit of payback for all the years of damages that they've taken.
Yeah, because Thanksgiving turkey. And then they think they get over Thanksgiving, it'll be fine. But then the Irish have Christmas. And then it's, ooh, no.
Oh, it's risky business. Tulson, who gave Kevin his name, yes, that's actually an extra level of emotion to it all.
Jesus.
characterise him as the bad egg among the otherwise all-female turkey crew.
So wait, it's Kevin and his like turkey harem that he's got going on.
And his gals, his best gals.
He's like, do you know who he is? He's Gary Oak driving around in the Pokemon animated series.
The other turkeys you might ask, Sean, who's part of Kevin's crew? You got Gladys, you got Esther, you got Monica, you got Patricia. The big four.
The big four. Those are the real turkey horsemen of the apocalypse. The
women are more mellow and not so territorial. But I think Kevin, kind of amps them up to get them going, to chase people around just for his own amusement, she told The Guardian.
I don't think a turkey, though, would have the, like, vindictiveness to, like, terrify people just to entertain themselves.
Well, maybe the rest of them don't, Shaun, but maybe Kevin does. Have you ever thought about that?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think a turkey would be smart enough to be vindictive.
Yeah, but you keep saying a turkey, a general turkey. You're not saying Kevin the turkey. This guy's, he's built different. That's just the way it is.
That may be, but like he doesn't know his name is Kevin, for example.
He's got a rise and grind attitude. That's what I've heard.
You're saying that Kevin's hustle is what allows him to be such an effective leader in battle.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
All right, proceed.
Now I understand. Tulsa has posted multiple videos showing Kevin lurking near the door for home or car. They don't let you out of your own house, she told the newspaper. They're taking over her area.
This is similar to another story we had where a swan, I believe, terrorised one woman and just locked her in her apartment, basically. Also very similar to a possum in New Zealand who terrorised one person and kept him in their house for ages. What's
but normally it's an individual job. Normally it's a lone vigilante going against the rules, just kind of maybe keeping to their own vendettas. Here what we have is Kevin, maybe he's got the vendetta, but he's got all the rest of them riled up, Shaun. We don't know what his leadership characteristics are. Is he charismatic? Does he promise them things? We don't know. We never will. He's too much of a mystery man to find out.
No, in many ways, he's the Charles Manson of turkeys. A charismatic leader, if you will.
No, he hasn't killed anyone.
Neither did Charles Manson. Never technically, just instigated a lot of deaths.
You know what? You're dead fucking right.
Oh,
I love the idea of like you being the lawyer against Kevin the turkey. Charles Manson didn't kill anyone either, Your Honour.
In this fictional world where I'm a lawyer, how has my career gotten to such a bad point that I'm defending a fucking
because
turkey?
Every week you've been defending Florida Man, so it's either Florida Man to turkey.
Yeah, the turkeys pay better.
Yeah, probably. While The Guardian brought national attention to Kevin and his band of rogues, local media has also covered their antics in recent months. They're up at 6 a.m. on my lawn, chasing me, trying to pop the tyres on my car. It's wild.
They're targeting the tyres.
Sure, how else will they escape?
Just logistically, how does a turkey slash a tyre?
Penknife, some sort of blade.
Can't unlock the blade on a penknife.
Oh yeah, true. What about a kitchen knife that's already unlocked?
Are your kitchen knives usually locked?
It's like a car, beep boop, and then I can start chopping some veg.
But surely it's beak or claws that they're using, but I don't think that could penetrate.
I think claws is more dangerous. Although maybe if they start cutting it with feathers, I think that's another level of like, oh fuck, these guys mean business. Like if they got
Skarmory type turkey,
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, some sort of
Steel
Pokemon like
type.
Yeah, well, obviously, Shaun, that's where our brains obviously go. Yes. So they're cutting tires, so you can't drive away. So you gotta run away if you want to go somewhere. But you can't outrun a group of turkeys. They're smart. Kevin's got them posted in different areas along the road. They're out to flank you at any given time.
Not to continue the bit, and I'll get on to the flanking thing in a second, but not to continue a bit where I think I would be unjustifiably good at something.
Oh, here we go.
I could definitely outrun 5 turkeys.
There is not a hope with your backwards fucking ankle and your kneecap pointing in the wrong direction that you could run.
Even including all of the evidence that I've willingly provided to the contrary, I could absolutely How fast? Hang on. How fast can
no matter what the answer is, it's faster than you.
Oh, no.
No, go on. Let's do the race, Shaun.
Okay, look.
Yeah.
I get a 10-second head start.
No, you don't, because you're just leaving your house, so you don't get it. Like, you walk out, Kevin's just standing there.
Yeah, but I throw a bunch of seed. They're distracted. I run off.
Okay. How fast can a turkey run, Shaun?
Up to 25 miles per hour.
Can you run up to 25 miles an hour?
Maybe at a full sprint for about 4.5 seconds.
There's not a hope. You're not running 24 miles per hour.
Apparently they can fly as fast as 55 miles per hour.
Okay, so ultimately you just cannot get... Like, you're dead, like.
I'll outthink the turkey.
Okay, right, so here we go. So we have to... what you're doing here now is you're just moving the base. Because you've been proven that you won't beat the turkeys, you're going to die.
It's not been proven, it's been suggested heavily based on evidence.
And information that we know. So David Scarpitti, a turkey expert with the state's wildlife department, he's the turkey expert, Shaun. He told the Boston newspapers that these kinds of problems arise when turkeys become too habituated to humans. Typically this happens due to people feeding them directly or from the turkeys freeloading off of bird feeders intended for other kinds of birds.
Yeah, you see, this is the problem we had with the wolves in Norway the other week.
Yeah.
So that they're too familiar with humans, you know?
Yeah.
So, same principle. You got to set up a paintball gun to attack the turkeys.
And at this point, I feel like you've already died because without looking it up, you've said, I could outrun those turkeys. Watch me do this. And we've lost you. So maybe in your memory, we would set up paintball guns.
Wait, like the Sean Mean Memorial Turkey paintball gun?
That's why I think that'd probably have to be set up.
I mean, look, it's probably the most I'll ever accomplish in life. So yeah, go ahead.
Turkeys are just kind of acting out what they do amongst themselves, he said, adding that running away can fuel the problem because they'll begin to see you as subdominant to them.
So I run towards the turkeys, is what you're telling me.
You gotta run towards them.
I could fight a turkey.
Okay, I knew we were getting here, but I wanted to wait how long to see you would bring it up. We covered running away. You don't have a hope. Running toward, that leads us towards, can Shaun fight a turkey and win? Now, any turkey, maybe. Kevin the turkey, oh, you have long odds, good sir. Very long odds.
No, because not only could I fight him, I could outthink him. So I could bring like a weapon with me.
But okay, what's your weapon of choice to defeat the turkey?
A blade. A sharp blade.
A blade?
A blade. I bring like a kitchen knife to the turkey. I don't want to kill the turkey, but if he's gonna attack and kill me, I'll kill him. Yeah,
if that's to be fair, we'd have to give Kevin a blade if we gave you a blade.
No, this isn't some organised fight night.
Why not?
I'm being held inside my house. My tyres are slashed.
Who do you call at that point? Because the police, they don't want nothing to do with Kevin and the gang.
No, and then maybe you would call the vet or like animal control or something.
Well, actually, our turkey expert David, he's come in and he recommends carrying an umbrella and opening it in front of them to frighten off the birds.
Very good. That would work, actually.
You went straight to blade.
I concur with the idea that the umbrella would work, but I also feel that the blade is a good course of action.
What about umbrella, but like one of those with like the secret hole in them and it's actually a blade, like you pull out and
sword
it's a
umbrella. Yeah.
So like you throw the umbrella up, they're a bit scared, and then you challenge Kevin to a duel.
That could work. You mentioned earlier about I'm being stalked by these turkeys, right?
Yeah.
So you've seen Jurassic Park, all right?
Who hasn't, Shaun? Go on.
Exactly. So, the Jurassic Park, the Velociraptors, Connor, I think you'll agree, probably the closest dinosaur relation to a turkey. And how do they defeat the velociraptors? A big T-Rex eats them at the end.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I go to the zoo. I find an ostrich.
That's not I don't think that's a direct comparison.
The ostrich is to the T-Rex what a turkey is to a velociraptor.
Right, and nobody actually has ever said that sentence before. So, to be honest with you, we're breaking new ground here.
Kind of a wordsmith. But no, but like dinosaurs are, like birds are raptors. Like that's what they are. Like birds are what dinosaurs used to be.
Yeah.
So we just recreate the end of Jurassic Park. But I'm Sam Neill, and you can be Laura Dern.
Can I ask you a follow-up question?
And the emu is the T-Rex.
I have a lot of questions about the new plan.
Do you want to be Jeff Goldblum instead?
Okay, fine. One of the questions. How are you getting the ostrich out of the zoo?
No, we're in the zoo. I take the turkeys to the zoo.
You brought the turkeys to the zoo somehow?
Yeah.
Okay, so they've come to your area. Okay. Yeah. Step 2. Once the turkeys are defeated, how do you then defeat the ostrich?
No, the ostrich is a friend at this point.
How?
Well, no, it's not necessarily a friend. It's like the enemy of my enemy kind of thing. An acquaintance, yeah. We work together. But, because Jurassic Park, the big T-Rex comes in at the end, bites the head off a velociraptor. The humans escape in the ensuing chaos. Okay. So I don't need to befriend the ostrich at all, Connor.
But the ostrich now has a bloodthirst, and it's learned to... No, it's just learned to kill for blood. Or for anything.
No, it's killed in self-defense and then it's gotten a taste for turkey. So once I keep that lad supplied with cranberry sauce, we'll be all good to go.
You're definitely dying by ostrich.
No, I would die because I accidentally run into the tiger pit afterwards.
You were like, tiger, high-five me. I defeated the turkeys.
Also, just on this, turkey's the worst meat, right?
You see now you're talking. It's lean protein, Shaun. That's what I mean. It's the leanest protein
I forgot how fucking yoked you were.
Look, I'm swole to the fucking gills. You know me, Shaun, right? But all I'm saying, if you do a workout in the gym, it's lean turkey. That's what you want. There's no fat in that bad boy. You're just getting bulked.
Do you know pound for pound broccoli has more protein than chicken?
Why would you tell me that? Now I have to re-question all of my life decisions.
I'm just saying. It doesn't have to be all turkey. It can be broccoli.
Who's eating a pound of broccoli?
I'll eat probably not a pound of broccoli, but maybe some broccoli I'll have.
Would you enter an all-you-can-eat broccoli eating competition for the show and then maybe win?
Can I prepare the broccoli in any way, or is it raw broccoli?
Are you taking soft broccoli?
I think I could eat more soft broccoli than hard broccoli.
Once again, that's 2 sentences nobody's ever said. We're breaking new ground this week.
You come here for the hot takes on this podcast.
Shaun, I don't know what to do with Kevin and the turkeys. How do we defeat the gang?
You give me 5 minutes, and that's all you need.
You give you 5 minutes and just let you go.
What if what's the natural enemy of the turkey?
By the way, in my head, because like I'm thinking of it as a movie, like we're all inside the house and you go, give me 5 minutes with them, and then there's a big match cut, and then we cut to your funeral with the horns blaring and
still inside the house,
and the coffin just lowering and just everyone crying. He went down how he lived. You know what I mean? Fighting turkeys.
Where's the turkey during this funeral?
He's at the funeral. He's got a little hanky. Yeah.
Why did you let him come to the funeral?
Because once you died, the guilt kind of overrode Kevin, and then he was like, I can be friends with the rest of you. So ultimately, you did achieve your goal, but it was in the wrong way.
It's kind of, it's like a Greek tragedy kind of a victory.
You flew too close to the turkey, yeah.
That is, and the turkey being a flightless bird. Is turkey flightless?
You just said he can fly at 55 miles an hour.
Yeah, but is that like a real flight or a shitty little hover flight? Hang on.
That's just jumping.
That's just jumping with style.
You can't do a really shitty little hover flight though.
They can fly short distances at considerable speed.
There you go.
They can also run and swim. They've mastered every terrain, Connor.
You can't take a turkey out.
I could take 2 out.
How many turkeys have we given you? 2. So Myrtle's going to be the one to kill you.
I think, but after they see 2 of their friends die, including their leader, Kevin, I think that the rest
You
of
really
them
want to
will
take
lose
out
heart.
Kevin. Kevin's the charismatic one. If you take him out, then, like, what do they have left? They've got nothing to fight for.
It's like killing Superman in the Justice League.
Yeah, very similar to that. Yes. I think we need to move on, but I just wanted to know how you would once again fight an animal, because I think we all listening to this know deep down Shaun would be the first to die in any zombie apocalypse, because he would say, watch me do this.
Depends on the zombies, first of all. If it's 28 days later, I'm fucked. If it's Walking Dead, I'm grand.
Yeah, they are quite slow. We're moving on, Shaun, to our next piece of news. And look, there's a certain thing on at the minute that I think a lot of people are involved with. It involves people kicking a ball.
Right.
It's called the World Cup. Have you heard of it?
I'm familiar with cups and the world.
Yeah, well, look, that's basically most of it. So it's being held in Qatar. We're not going to get into that stuff because that's all real bad. But,
it's terrible.
Shaun, Wales are in the competition at the
Indeed
minute.
they are.
Well, they are no longer because they got knocked out like 2 nights ago.
Indeed
But
they were.
they were. Technically, there still are until the last round of games, and then all the people can pack their bags and go home. Okay, look, it's fine, Shaun. It's fine. I had to listen to you fight a turkey. Leave me alone. Right? But anyway, a Wales fan, he wanted to go to the World Cup at the start, before all the games began, and didn't really work out. His girlfriend told him that he couldn't go. Well, Shaun, Wales fan, buys last minute ticket to Qatar to watch the World Cup, but doesn't tell his girlfriend.
Oh, that's not the healthiest thing in the world, is it?
And you're a relationship expert.
I was hoping you wouldn't turn this into a relationship advice segment.
You're a relationship expert. So I felt like you need to know like what's happening here and how we can get this guy back on track, because one Welsh man has succumbed to a scorching case of FOMO, Shaun, and has flown out to Qatar earlier on this week, at the weekend, to party with his mates at the World Cup.
I mean, it's not great for him, let's be honest.
David Jones, he said he
Son
might
of
be...
Tom.
Yeah. No, everyone in Wales is called Jones. So, I mean, it's like everyone in Ireland is called Kelly. Everyone in Wales is called Jones, I just assume.
Name 2 people from Wales named Jones.
Tom Jones, David Jones. Okay, moving on.
Okay,
he might be
Jesus.
returning... Damn it, he's good. He's too
Catherine
good.
Zeta.
Alan Wynne Jones, Wales captain of rugby.
Toby Jones.
Catherine Zeta-Jones, yeah, there you go. He might be returning home to life as a bachelor. His partner of 11 years told him she would leave him if he went to the World Cup.
And what does he fuck? 11 years!
The 33-year-old man said the issue was a rather sore spot in the household before he hightailed it to Doha for the football without telling her, eventually. So he missed the first 2 rounds of the group games.
Yeah.
Wales only have 1 game left, Shaun. Time's running out. They might be get sent home. He got that ticket on the sly.
But what would possess you to not tell your partner that this is happening?
I didn't have a ticket to come out originally because my girlfriend said I couldn't afford it. She said, if you go, that's it. But I said, if I don't go, I'd never forgive her. So she still thinks I can't afford it now. I saw my friends having the time of their lives in Dubai and going to the first 2 matches, and I just thought I have to be there for the 3rd one. It's Wales's first World Cup in 64 years, and I'm definitely going.
Okay, look, I just want to say, I don't agree with this man or what he did.
Yeah.
This is a terrible way to act in a relationship and not healthy at all in terms of setting boundaries. However,
I knew however was coming.
the hero's welcome that this man received from the lads when he arrived. Here he is.
Big fucking Dave is here, lads.
And then, like, look, that in many ways that's priceless, but also, would you throw away an 11-year relationship?
My favourite line he gave to the newspaper was, I did everything but gain her acceptance to go. So, I mean, he did everything but the one thing he needed to go.
Yeah, and I mean, and it sounds like she wasn't even like, no, I don't want you to go. it's like no money is an issue here. So you shouldn't go.
He turned off his phone and didn't tell her where he was going.
That is psychotic. How did he imagine this was going to go when he got back?
He simply vanished.
And how did she find out? Like, did someone tell her, or did she just
his partner apparently called his family to try and find him eventually. She rang my dad because my phone was off, and he told her I'd be home in a few days and that I'd gone to the World Cup.
The dad immediately giving away the secret there.
I thought she might get over it in time, but I never would if I missed this game, so I made the decision to come.
Oh, so it was selfish, was why you did it.
Oh, interesting.
Nobody matters about what I feel.
Not only does he stand to lose his girlfriend, Shaun, no, it gets worse. He stands to lose his job over the impromptu trip too, as his boss has warned that if he's not at work on Thursday, he'll be sacked.
So and then Wales did not win. So.
They did not win. They lost 3-0.
Oh, hope it was worth it, buddy. Do you think like every time that like a goal was scored against Wales, he just went lower and lower in the seat?
Not only did they lose, they lost 3-0 to England, Shaun.
Oh,
yes.
That's worse. They could have done that at home, though, couldn't they?
Could have. Why did they have to fly all the way over there to play that one? Could have been an hour down in fucking Wembley.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
His two mates, James Lewis and Jamie Shipp, helped him covertly plot out his trip, which took a lengthy 24 hours to get there.
Look, fair play to the lads on their planning skills, but I imagine all three of them will arrive back to the airport together.
Yeah.
And there'll come a moment where they're all heading to their respective houses, and they'll have to drop off this fella at his house.
Or what used to be his house.
What used to be his house. And then there'll be that moment of, do we go inside with him?
Yeah.
Or do we just leave?
Because I think if you go in with him, I think there's a higher chance that she feels more overwhelmed with 3-on-1. I think you need to let him go in, and he's going to just get... I mean, you're going to see him in a few minutes when she throws him back out through the fucking window.
This is the thing. What you do is you drop him off and you park around the corner.
You do, and you wait.
And you're like, look, it's going to be bad.
I'm going to leave the car running for like an hour, and we'll see you in an hour when she throws you back out.
We'll be in the Weatherspoons just down the road.
Apparently he took... So, Shaun, remember, he hasn't told his girlfriend. These lads have planned the trip for him and convinced him to go. Didn't take much convincing, I assume. He was like, cool, I'm going to lose my job and my girlfriend. Be grand. He took an overnight coach from Cardiff to Heathrow, caught another coach to Stansted Airport, boarded a plane to Turkey, and then after he got off in Turkey, he boarded a flight to Doha.
Jesus.
Took 24 hours to get him there.
How long was the planning time? Like, because it sounds like it was a couple of days that this was planned.
They knew.
How much would a flight from Turkey to Doha be right now? With the World Cup on?
I can only assume too much.
Probably more than if he had booked in advance when it was too expensive for him.
And so they talked to the two lads, the two pals, they're the ones you want to hear from, and they just said, feels amazing to have him here. And then Jamie comes in and he said, he's mad, but he's the best.
Jesus, he's a wild card, but I'm glad he's in our deck.
So then they went and they lost 3-0 to England. And Shaun, are you looking up ticket prices from Turkey to Doha? Because what's a train ticket from Wales to... Hang on, we got Wales to Heathrow, then a coach to Stansted Airport, then a flight from Stansted Airport to Turkey, then a flight from Turkey Airport to Doha.
Okay, so if I was to go from... I'm only going to do the flights because that's already... So Istanbul to Doha would be €528. That would be 4 hours. You can also go from Ankara. That would be a non-stop flight. That would be €1,320.
Sure, but Shaun, he has to make it to the match. How else is he going to see them?
He has to see his beloved Welsh team claim the World Cup.
But here's Shaun, you can't watch it on the TV. They don't show them on the TV. You gotta be there.
But that's what the TV license is for, surely.
Surely the BBC would cover the game.
If I wanted to get, right, from Dublin to Doha,
yeah,
then the minimum I'm looking at, and this is including a couple of stops, would be like €700.
Yeah, I've already got you one booked for tomorrow, lad.
No, I don't want to go, though.
No, lad, go on. I've already talked to your work. It's grand.
No, it doesn't suit me. It's wait. Did you get me the day off work?
No. You're going to lose a day's pay.
Oh, but why? But
I don't even like the World Cup.
I don't even like soccer.
So, Shaun, what do you think of this man as a relationship guru? What is his next step?
I would look. You got to apologise first of all.
Download Tinder.
Yeah, I think this is just like. Just end it. Just end the relationship is the answer here. Or
you're more talking from her perspective.
From her perspective, fully agreed. The relationship's already ended.
Yeah, cool.
Now, if you're this, okay, now say you're a horrible, horrible human, and you're this man, and you want to keep this relationship going. You get into the house, off the plane, into the house, and then you cough all over the place, say you have COVID, and then suddenly you're locked together for 2 weeks. So
once again, I don't know if anyone's been keeping up with all of our relationship advice segments over the past month and a half, is all of them all conclude with cough a little bit, get COVID, and then you're stuck together to solve things.
Yeah, which ultimately is just me saying, have a conversation about it.
But you're going around about the way of just maybe sitting down and having a conversation.
Yes, there was a very loud beep outside the window, by the way. I don't know if that came across.
He's sleeping in your place.
Shaun, it didn't work.
I coughed everywhere. So, Shaun, we're going to move on to our next piece of news. And actually, this story might be perfectly suited to you and your very weak body that's slowly crumbling and you can't outrun anything.
Okay, well, I just want to clarify a couple of things. One, it's not very weak. Two, it's not slowly crumbling. It's actively crumbling.
It's crumbled more as we've been speaking here. Man spends $1,500 a month biohacking body to try and live a longer life.
Biohacking fucks with me.
Yeah.
Like, I occasionally read up on it and it's like, this is insane.
How much would you spend to keep your body running at a maximum optimum level, Shaun?
Probably like £100 max.
A year or a month or what?
Lifetime.
Lifetime. Okay, fair enough.
I want to spend it on more tattoos.
A lad is spending a whopping $1,500 a month in the attempt to try and live longer, and says he'd even consider freezing himself if it meant that he could come back in the future. So Leon Carita Goodlock, 36, is into biohacking, or upgrading your body, if you don't know what biohacking is. And he says he'd love to live forever, but he'd also like to power his way into old age.
Right. Okay. But what's he done to himself? Is it like he has a special heart or like improved lungs?
Well, he says that his parents passed away in their like 80s. And so he says their lives were miserable at the end. They couldn't even like move real fast when they were in their late 80s.
That's the gig though. That's what you sign up for.
And so he's like, at that point, why are you alive? There's nothing sadder than carrying your own parents around the place because they're not strong enough to do their own things. So Leon says he takes up to 60 pills a day. Says there's 5 levels to biohacking, starting with the fairly normal fitness and fasting to level 5, which involves biological alterations.
Ah, yes. This sounds like a much more fulfilling way to live your life.
Of course. Yes.
The 60 pills a day, of course.
I mean, that's the way I want to live my life. It's so relaxed and chilled out. So Leon starts his day. But maybe, Shaun, you can take a bit of notes from this man. Maybe we could all listen in, figure out what he's doing, and maybe we can do it ourselves and we'll be able to live longer. So he starts his day between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. He does a bit of meditation before going to the gym to start the day.
Okay, that's fine. A lot of people do that. A lot of people start their day with the gym. That makes sense.
If you go to the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning, I have the utmost respect for you in the whole world. Because I cannot move at 6 in the morning.
The commitment that day. And look, I am an early riser as well. I get up at like 7 every day.
Yeah.
But I get up, but I'm not like doing stuff.
No. Like, I'll be up tomorrow at 6, but the idea of waking up at 6 and then going, I'm going to put on my gym shorts, going to go do a little bit of a workout, fills me with such dread that I'd rather kill myself. No. Or the people,
not happening.
Like, I wake up at 6 to get a train sometimes, right?
Yeah.
And so I wake up at 6 and I'm driving to the station. There's people out fucking running. And it's like November 28, 27, 26, lashing rain in fucking Ireland. And they're out running at 6:15. No, you're the weird one here.
I'm
going, I'd prefer to be in my cozy bed, and my level of respect is like just out of this world, but also like just go to sleep, but please.
Do you know when you wake up really early and you're just fucking cold all the time?
No, that's just...
No, that's a universal thing, I guarantee. You wake up at like 4 in the morning and you have to get up and get about and do things.
Yeah.
You're freezing.
No, mate, I have the timer set on the heating. Comes on at bang on 5:30. So
look at you, 6. Mr. I can afford oil.
For 30 minutes. That'll bankrupt us for life. So he says he takes the 60 pills a day, and so 5 days of the week he consumes between 1,500 and 1,800 calories a day between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. and then he fasts for the rest of the day.
The intermittent fasting lifestyle.
Leon said, I take 60 pills a day and I spend a few grand every month on supplements. I do red light therapy once a day for 45 minutes to decrease my aesthetic stages of aging. If it can take a while and it won't be a quick fix Benjamin Button solution, but it can reverse the aging process. Has there been a less, like, I think that's very much burying the lead to say, look, it won't be a quick fix. All you got to do is spend thousands a month, do 60 pills a day, and don't eat anything unless between 6 and 9 p.m.
What? But this is just like ultimate healthy living, surely. Also, what does this man do for a job that allows him to spend so much money and get up at 6?
I don't know. He also has obviously the diet, exercise, cryotherapy. He sits in freezing cold tanks pumped full of liquid nitrogen, obviously. And he also has colon hydrotherapy every 6 months. This is where they stick a water tube up your arse and they clean your colon.
Is that like an enema? Is that like a thing that they do?
I think he's just having a big clean out at all times.
Is your colon not meant to have good gut health and stuff like that, though? Should it be washed out that frequently?
Leon says the final stage of biohacking is the future, and he's excited about how it might look. We're not there yet, but we expect it to be between 2040 and 2050. So he's going to get more prosthetics, and there might be eyeballs that can see through walls and arms that can smash through concrete pillars. Legs that will run faster and jump higher.
Okay, but like, to what benefit? Because, and look, and not to put a downer on things, but like the planet's going to be on fire in 50 years. You know? You
might have strong legs, but like, you're going to be swimming. You're going to need those strong legs.
Like, we're going to be breathing carbon. The microplastics alone will put us down.
I mean, Shaun, I just wanted to bring this to you. Is this the healthiest man in the world? Quite possibly.
Maybe fittest, maybe, but not healthy. This is an obsession at this point. And also, it's fear. It's a fear of death, Connor.
True. Yeah. I don't fear death. I welcome it. At all times.
Any day. Any moment of any day.
Oh boy, any day. I'm fucking waiting for it. Every day I go to sleep, I'm disappointed. Hasn't come today.
You alright, bud?
It's been a tough few weeks.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah. Shaun, I just feel like maybe, I don't know if we could survive doing this. All respect to this guy, but also maybe just have a few chips every now and then. Do you know what I mean? Just...
Yeah, like... moderation, you can have nice, indulgent, excessive things and it be okay for you.
Do you think he's ever had any sushi?
I doubt this man's had sushi. The mercury content in sushi is probably too much.
But the rice, the fish is healthy, full of protein.
Protein, rice, seaweed. Oh, give me just a load of bean sprouts, man. I'd eat them all day.
Would you?
I fucking love bean sprouts, man. They're great.
Fuck. So, what would you take? Bean sprouts, steak.
Ooh, bean sprouts, and can I have bean sprouts and steak?
No.
I don't really order steak that much, actually.
No, I never order. Anyone who goes to somewhere and orders the steak, you're just like, I've got loads of money. I'm like, what's the cheapest thing on the menu? Okay.
But also, if I did have steak, I do it. The chefs hate me because I do it well done because I don't want to fuck around.
Oh,
with it.
you don't know how to eat steak. Oh, that's interesting.
It's not. Okay. I also hate this argument. I was like, I don't give a shit. Yeah. Okay.
I also don't give a shit, but I now think it's funny that I'm going to bring it up. But Shaun, this is something I didn't care about 5 seconds ago. But now you've said it annoys you. So now I'm going to say to you, learn to eat steak the right way. You know what I mean?
I don't want to, though. But, I don't
stick it in the pan, just a tiny little flip, either side, done. Bob's your uncle.
I'm going to give myself E. coli. That's what's going to happen there.
And I've got it multiple times, so I'm fine.
Look at me. Picture of health.
Shaun, we're moving on to our next piece of news. And this headline really caught my eye because I have every monk in Thai temple defrocked after testing positive for meth.
Defrocked?
Every single one of them has been kicked out of the temple after they all tested positive for meth.
How did so many monks get access to meth?
A Buddhist temple in central Thailand has been left without monks after all of its holy men failed drug tests at the same time and were all kicked out. That is 5 monks, including an abbot at a temple in, not even going to pronounce it, they all tested positive for meth on Monday. The monks have been sent to a health clinic to undergo drug rehabilitation.
But why did they need the meth? Because surely the idea of a monk is that you're fulfilled and you don't need outside sources to feel things.
True, but imagine how fulfilled you'd be if you also had meth.
That's an odd stance to take on the podcast, Connor, but okay.
Tell your kids.
No, lad, meth, it's great. Trust me.
I'm just trying to get into the minds of the criminals, Shaun. I'm not doing it myself.
They're monks, though.
Yeah. The temple is now empty of monks and nearby villagers are concerned because there's now no more monks in the area. Merit making involves worshippers donating food to monks as a good deed, and there's now no longer any monks. They say the monks will be sent to the temple to allow villagers to practice their religious obligations, but then will have to go back into rehab after the obligations are complete.
Right. Okay, well, imagine a monk going through rehab, though. Because, what does that therapy look like? Are they the kind of monks where they can't speak?
I think, that might add an extra level to it. What about those circular sessions where you have to talk about yourself, but, none of them can speak? So you just kind of have to read the vibe.
Yeah, and, as a monk, surely they forego all worldly possessions. So,
except for
attachments. So, got to separate all of that stuff. What if the monks, right? What if they're too good at rehab and then the people doing the rehabilitation don't know how to deal with them?
They're just the best rehabbers of all time.
They're just oh man, they should be scratching their face off right now.
Yeah.
But the monk is just sitting there.
They just don't feel any pain. And then it becomes more and more of a mystery. Why were they on the meth in the first place?
What could they possibly have to gain from the meth if they're that content? Yeah.
Apparently, in August, there was 1.8 metric tons of meth found, of liquid meth hidden in cartons of coconut water that was found in Hong Kong last month.
Okay, so did they... Are you saying that they didn't know
they're just implying basically that they found 1.8 metric tons of it last month, and now this month a whole bunch of monks have been caught all failing the drug test, which makes it funnier because who did the drug test? Is it the same lads that do like the NFL drug testing? Like they just showed up one day and peed in a cup?
That's true. What would instigate monks being tested for drugs?
Who's testing them?
Like, what performance do they need to enhance, really?
Like, there's a local sports day coming up, and they have to test them all out.
Yeah, you're suggesting there's a monk-on-monk sports day?
Look, I'm not suggesting it, I'm saying it's happening, Shaun. No, I wouldn't even do monk-on-monk. I'm doing monks versus all the other religions, all against each other. Because I know for a fact, those Christian priests, they're on loads of meth. They're on those steroids out the wazoo, so they are. They're ready to go for the sports day.
But then if everyone's on meth, surely it's fair that the monks should have some meth.
No, I think you got to differentiate the drugs. I think one team gets meth, one team gets cocaine, one team gets heroin. They're not very good.
They're hard done by, really.
They're hard done by, but I think you draw it from a hat.
Tough luck, Scientology.
But Tom Cruise is so full of energy, he can counteract it.
Yeah. He has like an aura around him that just like negates the effects of heroin somehow.
I mean, what do you do in this case? Like, how did they get caught, first of all? How did they get the meth in? And why do they need meth if they're monks? I don't understand.
The way they got it in, presumably in some kind of incense stick, perhaps. Meth incense.
I don't want to say anything, but I'm looking at the Christian priests. I'm looking at the priests, and I'm thinking maybe they were involved in this. Maybe it was like a PR hit job that they slipped them.
Buddhism is getting too big, so Christianity
it's getting too big,
decided.
and so they're thinking to themselves, how do we hit them in the PR? Because that's really where a lot of their power is.
Yeah, it's the marketing value of Tao Buddhism that I really think is giving it the edge over Christianity at the minute.
Look, people say I'm a genius, Shaun. I would disagree.
Connor, I'm all for the bit, but what are you saying here?
Look, I'm just saying, let's hear him out, right? Let's just hear him out, because, I mean, there's been some poor PR on the other side as well.
Perhaps.
You know what I mean?
No, and I can't argue with you there, Connor. There has been poor PR
he's
on the
line,
other side.
But he's right.
I'll be honest, I didn't think that was coming up on Weird News this week.
So, Shaun, we're going to move on from our monks covered in meth to Florida, where I have two stories. One involves a Florida man who he was in love. And he decided to propose to his girlfriend.
Love that.
It didn't
you know
really,
something about that?
I do, but it didn't really go very well, Shaun.
You don't know anything about that, Connor.
Oh, mine went perfect. Mine went fucking. I'm a genius, but
magical day.
I went and started talking about the priests again. Boyfriend dives into Florida Ocean to rescue engagement ring after fumbling romantic sunset proposal.
Oh no! So it wasn't even that he did anything dumb. He's just cack-handed with it.
Well, the Florida man, he gets her on a boat. By the way, Shaun, it's on video if you'd like to see it. But he decides to propose to his girlfriend, and as he's getting down on one knee, he pulls the ring box out from his shorts pocket, and as he's about to propose,
wearing shorts to a proposal, is it?
I mean, it's in Florida, Shaun. They're on a boat. You know what I mean? The box falls out of his hand, falls over the side of the boat into the ocean, into which Scott Klein dives after it.
I mean, you would, wouldn't you? Oh, that's a hilarious screenshot. It's just his legs perfectly vertical going into the water. Hang on. Okay, lovely. They're dancing on the front of a boat.
Romantic.
This is top tier. It doesn't let me fast forward for whatever reason.
That's pretty good.
But look, it's really building the suspense.
Building.
Okay, they're doing the Titanic thing, King of the World. He's pulling something out of his pocket. And it's skittered away. It's gone and he's in. I will say, man immediately dived after that.
He didn't give a fuck. He was just like 4 milliseconds. He was in after it.
And then, does he continue with the proposal?
Shaun, he found the ring. He got it.
What?
Yes.
my man. He is proposing in the sea at the minute.
He wasted no time diving in after it and came out of the water shortly after, victoriously holding up the box with his girlfriend laughing at him.
Because she presumably thought he just fell in, right?
Yes.
And then he's holding up this ring and he's like in the ocean. To be fair, it was going to be a good proposal anyway, like front of a boat. Beautiful.
Yeah.
But then you're never going to forget that, are you?
No. I feel like it's one of those where it's made better because Florida manned it. He tried his best. He tried to be romantic. And what happened is, as he was pulling it out, it went awry, Shaun. It got out of hand real quick.
I believe it's pronounced Ori first.
That's a very, very deep cut that nobody's going to understand, right? But one time I said Ori, okay? It was like episode 5, we all moved on.
No, not all of us. Some of us remember.
But Shaun, what do you do in that situation? Can you recover? What if she says no? What's the point?
If she says no at that point, I think you have to commit and you just like let all the air out of your lungs and you go under the water.
Romantic advice from Shaun.
Look, I'm the relationship guru on this show.
Yeah.
But I think if you're at a stage where you're ready to propose to someone, you falling in the water during the proposal probably isn't a deal breaker. You know?
No, I think it's more funny. And also, it's definitely a story you can tell people.
Oh, yeah. And the fact that it's on video as well is great.
I'm amazed that he found it.
Oh, yeah. But, like, to be fair, it fell and he was, like, lightning quick. If anyone wants to look up the video, he just instantly was like, no, I'm going straight in after this. Because presumably it's a couple of grand that he just dropped in the ocean as well.
What happened was, there's no audio on the video, but he did caption what he puts up was, this is 100% real, 100% my luck, and 100% I will never forget it.
I mean, look, at least he could swim, you know?
Yeah. Imagine you couldn't. Like, imagine if he didn't get it, Shaun.
I mean, what do you do?
What do you do?
You gotta get divers involved. And then, actually, what you do, salvage it, right? Just play it off like you fell in the ocean. Oh no, aren't I an idiot? But then, the next day, hey babe, I booked this scuba experience.
You get her involved. You make her do the work.
Yeah, make her, now look, I'm not into it myself, but you go down and start diving and looking for stuff.
I'm not into it. And what I want you to do is look within this 30-mile radius of the ocean and go as deep or as shallow as you'd like, but just make sure you're in there somewhere.
Yeah, you're looking for a square velvet box.
Yeah.
And then she comes up and she's like...
Obviously, I think it's a fish. I think there's a rare fish around here called the square velvet.
It's a clam. It's a rare kind of clam that we're looking for here.
Yeah.
And then she comes up, she's like holding the box. She's like, I found this. And then you say, of course I will. And then you've tricked her. You've tricked her into proposing to you.
Interesting. Good thinking. Mind games. The perfect start.
That's what you want in a proposal.
Shaun, we're moving on to our last piece of news, and it's Florida woman who has decided to sue Kraft for $5 million. It's a lot of dosh.
Of cheese and mac and cheese.
There you go, Shaun. That's not something we normally get over here. But Florida woman has sued mac and cheese makers Kraft for $5 million, saying the Velveeta shells and cheese takes longer than 3 minutes to prepare, which is what their packaging claims.
I mean, I guess it's under ideal circumstances it would be 3 minutes to prepare. Like if the water's already boiled, it's 3 minutes. But if you have to boil water...
Well, that's a bit more intricate, Shaun. But, Amanda Ramirez sued the Kraft Heinz company over what she alleges is deceptive and fraudulent packaging, with the claim that the meal will be ready in 3.5 minutes, written on the front of the packaging.
Can I say, as someone who works in customer service...
Yeah.
I don't like this woman already.
It's Florida woman.
Florida woman, okay?
Velveeta's tagline might be liquid gold, but a woman in Florida has declared the company owes her quite a few pieces of silver, Shaun.
Oh, fucking Jesus Christ.
Oh, lads. So she sued them for at least 5 million over what she claims is deceptive and fraudulent packaging, as I said. She says that because their shells and their microwavable pasta takes longer than the 3.5 minutes to prepare, even though it states the 3.5 minutes, they need to provide consumers with the right information. And so once all the preparation is done, it can be done in quite a lot more than 3.5 minutes. Once you get that packaging open, once you get it in the microwave, once you do all that stuff.
But like, the idea being is that but they make it as easy as possible to get all that prep done. And then once you put it in the microwave, 3.5 minutes, off you go.
But then her golden snitch, Shaun, was the fact that the packaging then says that the cheese sauce will thicken upon standing after you take it out of the microwave, saying that constitutes an even longer ready time. So even if you only have it in for 3.5 minutes, you gotta let it sit.
Your Honour, if I may, it's technically ready after 3.5 minutes, but it gets better if you wait.
So logically, you could eat it after 3.5.
You absolutely could. Now, it wouldn't be the top tier Kraft mac and cheese experience, but that's down to the consumer. You know, how much they value taste.
Well, because what I'll do is I'll read you the suit. I'll read you the lawsuit, and you could then give me a response, because consumers seeing ready in 3.5 minutes will believe it represents the total amount of time it takes to prepare the food. However, the directions outlined above show that 3.5 minutes is just the length of time to complete one of several steps within it. So the label does not state the product takes 3.5 minutes to cook in the microwave, which would have been true, but instead says ready in 3.5 minutes, which is not true.
No, but I would argue ready means that once the point of cooking starts, it is ready and safe to consume within 3.5 minutes.
I mean, you are also now the lawyer against her, but what I'm saying is $5 million Florida woman is coming at them for.
But what meaningful damage has been caused to this woman because of this? You know? How has this affected her life
Ramirez
in any
claims
way?
in the suit that because of their product is sold at a premium price, stating that it costs approximately no less than $10.99 for 8 2.240-ounce cups, excluding tax and sales, that the product is priced higher than similar products represented in a non-misleading way, and higher than it would be sold for absent the misleading representations and omissions. So basically, it's too expensive for what they're claiming to be. She has sued individually and on behalf of all others similarly situated. So very kindly, she sued for everyone, but I feel like she might keep the money if she wins.
Oh yeah, she's not divvying that out to all of the Kraft mac and cheese customers. Also, just make mac and cheese. Do you know how cheap a bag of macaroni is? And some cheese? Forget about it.
The plaintiff is seeking at least $5 million in damages, including statutory and punitive exclusive of interest and costs. Don't know what any of that means, but $5 million is a lot.
As a lawyer, she's looking for a lot of money, Connor.
She's looking for fucking tons of it.
This woman feels slighted, and she wants money to recompense that.
Thank you very much. Shaun, how do you feel about Florida woman's latest lawsuit? How do we overcome this?
Quite honestly, Connor, I'm incensed by the whole thing. I don't think this should have gone to court.
Yeah.
I think any lawyer that takes it is an absolute hack.
But at the same time, you get paid.
Oh, Jesus, actually, yeah. No one said there'd be money in this.
And also, what if you won?
Well, yeah, that would be huge. There was a thing in America, actually, where one of the home improvement stores, I think, got sued because they were selling 2x4s, but their 2x4s didn't measure 2 inches by 4 inches.
Oh, shit.
Because the wood, that's what it is when it's cut, but the wood shrinks as it dries, and they were selling dried wood.
So they were selling 1.9 by 3.9.
That's it, yeah, exactly. And so I think they had to pay a big fee from it. So there is precedent for false advertising being a thing, but I would argue if the yolk is cooked within 3.5 minutes, then you don't have a case.
But what about you opening the packaging? What if it takes me another minute to open the packaging? That's 4.5 minutes.
What if I open all the packaging already when I get it and I just leave it in the fridge ready to go? What then, Your Honour?
Yeah. So, Shaun, I feel like this could be the start of a very steep slope. That if this woman wins, we could be seeing a lot more of this, of people.
100%. Like, yeah. But where do you draw the line of like, the hot chocolate says to do a heaped tablespoon, but I heaped mine to the roof and now it's too sweet. What
do I do now? What do I do now? Now I have diabetes. I've developed it recently.
Who is there to speak for me, gentle Shaun?
Hopefully nobody. So I'm just letting you know Florida Man is going for it. That lawsuit is going ahead. We will find out later on in the year and even next year whether it works or gets thrown out of court.
We are going to be following this story for the next 3 years.
I'm telling you now, right? If this works, Shaun, we're going to be making a lot more lawsuits over everything.
I don't want to do a lawsuit.
No, come on, we'll just pretend to be fucking dumb.
I don't want to be a lawyer anymore. I don't want to do
those ham packages that say peel here for easy open, and then
that's horseshit.
They don't fucking open, boy. They don't open.
That's
an easy lawsuit, lad. Easy.
You and me will go in on this. We'll make bank. It'll be great.
2.5 million each. We're laughing. Shaun, that's it for this week's Weird News.
What a week. Would you like me to take us out, Colin?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Thanks everyone for listening to this episode of Weird News Wednesday. We will be back on Friday with Hero or Zero, Monday with Movie Mondays, and next Wednesday with another episode of Weird News Wednesdays. Big thanks to everyone over on Patreon who continues to support the show. We did recently put up a review of Turbo, a Power Rangers movie.
Yes, we did. It was such a good movie.
Oh, it was. Oh, I can't even describe how I felt watching that movie, folks. So head on over there. $5 or more a month, you get access to that. And shout outs, of course, go to our patrons: Róisín the Wife Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Technically Fine Evanson, Waffles the Magic, David Clarke, Shaun Chuck in the Wash and It'll Be Grand Jamieson, Dominic, Anna Irish Walrus Forever Hjelmroos, Danny McLaughlin, No One's Ever Really Gone, Luke Hoth, Lordsmish, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Buster, Ed Ball, Shaun, Conor and Lorraine have shortened this Patreon nickname. And thank you very much, lads.
No, I'm sad. Go on.
And then Russ, don't worry, Shaun, you spoke, I listened, and I've made this part of my name a very sensible length. I hope you're okay with this.
Good, we got him back. I want everyone to lengthen their names.
I regret the day I told people to change their Patreon names. But thank you, everyone, for your continued support of the show. You're absolutely wonderful. Head on over there if you want to support us, or you can go to heroesforhire.ie/shop for merch. Twitter's at heroesforhirepod, the 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Divilment's discussion group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire Podcast. And the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just the one, please.
And I think that's about it, Conor.
I think so. So I've been Conor Long.
I've been Shaun Meehan.
I shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.